Here we go. It's official, like a referee with a whistle. So like and share this video. So the Washington Commanders are back at the Rookie Minicamp. Football will be back upon us. September's going to come in as quick as you can as imagine. So it's Rookie Minicamp. A lot of the players are back in the house, in the building. There you go, Sonny Styles. There you go. That's Allen. I don't know who that is. I'm just be honest. I don't know who that is. I don't know who 48 is. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who 48 is. I don't. I really don't. But I know that's Allen from the running back from Penn State. 40. Let me see. They don't even have the numbers in here. But I just know that's Allen. I know his face. That's I think so. Well, I don't know who it is. I'm just keeping a buck. But anyway, they're back in the house. They're getting their helmets fitted, looks like. People are excited for the upcoming season because people want to know how the offense is going to look, how the defense is going to look. I'm curious too. I don't really know. I don't even know. I'm curious to know what players are going to be on the roster come September. To be honest, I don't know. It's too many mysteries with this team. I don't really know. I mean, I don't know anything about the offensive coordinator. All I know is he was playing football 3 years ago for Arizona, backup quarterback. Now I did know who Durante Jones was. I knew who he was. Because he has a lot of experience. He started from the ground up, high school, college, pros, and plus he was a coach on different levels, on every level, if you know what I mean. So in high school, he coached on different levels, different size schools. In college, he coached on different schools, big schools, little schools, HBCUs, to the schools that didn't have no money, to the schools that had a lot of money, to the SEC schools, to the SWAC, you name it, right? Then in NFL, I think he spent most of his time with Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. He was with a couple teams in the NFL, but I think most of his time was with Minnesota. So, I'm just curious to see how things are going to turn out. Is it going to be better? Or is it going to be the same on defense like last year? As far as the offense, are they going to get another wide receiver? I don't know. I hope so. I hope if they're not going to get another different wide receiver, just bring Debo back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I see it anyway. If you're not going to go out and get another wide receiver to be better than last year, just go get Debo. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how some people say they waiting on Brandon Ayuk to get released. Well, let's say he gets released after training camp, or he gets released, just before the first game of the season. Are they still going to pick him up? I don't know. I don't know. But if he gets released, like after training camp, I don't know. Will he be ready to play? I don't know. There's so many mysteries. It's like I said when it comes to the this team, you know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm a very optimistic guy. I'm very optimistic. After going through what they went through last year, there's only one way to it's only one way to go up. You know, there was pretty much at the lowest. I think last year was the worst team I ever seen. That was the worst team I ever seen since I've been a Washington fan. Now they've had some bad teams, but last year's team, now that was the worst. That was pretty much the worst I've seen. So that now there's been times where they were good on one side of the ball and bad on one side of the ball, but they were bad on both sides of the ball. God, they were bad on both sides of the ball. They were horrible on both sides of the ball. So when that happens, you got to get up, you got to upgrade yourself, and you got to get better, and you got to add a few new players. Now, do I think they got all the players that they need? No. You know, but I think if the rookies that they drafted play well and they manage to get Ayuk, I think they might have something. You know what I'm saying? But do I think this is a Super Bowl team? No, this is not a Super Bowl team. They'll win some games. They might even make it in the playoffs. Who knows? But I think the team goals is going to go as far as Jaden Daniels goes. If Jaden Daniels plays all the games, doesn't get hurt, they'll have a good chance to make it to the playoffs. You know? But I think this team is going to be like the first year. When like Jaden Daniels' first year playing as quarterback. This team is going to be, at least on offense, this team is going to be, it looks a lot of like that first year team. Because if you look at some of the wide receivers, a lot of those guys have the same similar skill set as the receivers that used to be here. Even De'Ami Brown came back, you know. So I think this team is shaping up to be just like that team, you know. And they played great at times. You know, they didn't have all of, you know, the most flashiest plays all the time, but when they had to make plays to win the game, they did. And a lot of those games, they won like 3 points, 4 points, or at the last second, that type of shit. You know, so I think this is probably going to be a lot of that, like that first year's team when Jaden Daniels got drafted. I think it's going to be like that on offense. Defense, I don't know. Well, offense, I think it's going to be a lot like that. But hey, you might disagree. You tell me what you think. Like, share this episode, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, peace.